John Carpenter, one of the most important horror film directors of all time, has responded to a controversial social media post about his 1978 film Halloween. Using his own X/Twitter account, Carpenter was kind enough to set the record straight on a whole new cut of Halloween that audiences supposedly haven't seen. Per Carpenter's own words, "There is no different version of Halloween where Michael dies. This is total bullshit." Carpenter was referring to a tweet by At Horror Museum, in which it stated that there's a version of the 1978 horror classic that no one has ever seen. Supposedly, the film is 95% different, and in the ending, Michael Myers dies. The source is cited as a friend who worked on the Blu-ray restoration, so it's not very trustworthy, as Carpenter has brutally proven. However, they seem to be taking feedback a little personally, although at the time of writing, they had seemingly not seen Carpenter's own thoughts on the matter. In their subsequent posts, they seem to insist that the story is not actually an urban legend and that they have seen some shots from it. Considering the man behind the original film is denying the existence of such an obscure cut, it is not hard to work out who the internet is more inclined to believe. Still, it's pretty funny that the horror icon was vocal enough to tweet about it, as he doesn't often address this kind of content directly. There are several versions of Halloween, but we may have seen them all. The original 1978 film Halloween tells the story of Michael Myers, a madman who brutally stabbed his sister when he was just a 6-year-old boy. 15 years later, he escapes from the institution where he has spent the majority of his life and comes back home to Haddonfield, Illinois. It's Halloween night, and Michael begins a new killing spree. However, when he crosses paths with Laurie Strode, the boogeyman of Haddonfield, more than meets his match. There are several versions of Halloween, but as far as anyone is aware, they have all been made available at some point in time, whether on TV, home video releases, or, as now, on streaming. Carpenter was required to do some reshoots when the film was released on television, but those scenes aren't very important to the story. Fangoria reported years ago that a box of negatives containing additional footage from the film had been discovered, but that story seemed to drift into obscurity very quickly. In the end, it seems that while fans of the movie will always have different cuts to choose from, they have most likely seen the definitive version in Carpenter's original cinematic release. You can stream Halloween, 1978, on Shudder, but we couldn't say which version you'll be watching.